Oh man, I'm not looking forward to implementing this. It'll be pretty similar to what I did in this existing example though. This is the lights. Then let me just set some variables. Let me use self like a normal person. The sphere geometry with a Phong material. Okay. And with that, I can make the mesh. Call this self.mesh. Hey, Wikipedia editor. I guess technically you are. Oh, let me take out the box too. And then let me just run this actually. I thought I was editing material test. Guess it doesn't make a difference. No, it kind of makes a difference. I'm gonna copy this all. They're gonna sell an advanced API to big tech and earn even more money. I would not be surprised if like Google or something just bought Wikipedia, which I think would be pretty unfortunate. But it wouldn't be surprising. That won't happen. I hope you're right. Okay, why did that not work? The material test is not in the script. Oh. The foundation and community won't allow it. You offer the right person or people enough money. I hope you are right, is what I'll say. Okay, so I replace this with a name. Great. -2, 5. I guess this makes sense as a light position. What's an urban dictionary? True. There's a board of trustees that don't get any money from the foundation and they make big decisions. Okay. Hopefully that'll help. The config will change depending on the material. I don't know if I can dynamically update the GUI. Can I do that? I guess I start it from scratch each time. Geometry name, context, material name. I think the config... The config should be something like this. Phong material. Then under Phong material, it has this dictionary. So now I need something to select into the config which I already have. So material name, this will just be self.config and self.material name. Okay. Which I already have. So material name, this will just be self.config and self.material name. Trained Watson on it. It starts spreading pertaining racist speech as part of a larger data set. Is that the 4chan prank? Or is that something else? Because I know like Microsoft tried putting an AI somewhere and 4chan just fucked it up. Microsoft and Twitter. Gotcha. Okay, so let me see how I did this before. Oh man, this logic was so complicated. This is like I had widgets that would update a variable. Then when that variable was updated, then one of the listeners would pick that up. And these listeners were running on each frame. And replace new mesh. And so when the listener triggered, it'd create a new geometry, create a new mesh, remove the old mesh, and then add a bunch of listeners. So listen for a new mesh, update the lights, rotate the mesh, update the wireframe, update. Maybe? You know, it'd be sort of janky. I could put axes or something in here and add the updater to the axes so that you wouldn't always have to remove a mesh, create a new mesh, and then add the new updaters to the mesh. Like if I just put axes here. Get axes, like whatever, 5. Okay. You just move those somewhere. Or would I want to move the shapes? No, I'll move the axes. X equals -3 or something. And like in the -z direction. And I should sell out ASAP. Because you're gonna need to pay someone full time. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe we can get by like however Python does. But I feel like you have to be pretty big to do that. I think this idea is too... No, I think I will have to have those axes now that I think of it. So I'm going to keep those there. If you qualify as an NSF grant, that'd be nice. You can ask community devs to funnel half their salary or outreach like STEM, blah, blah. Okay, here's the plan. There are a few things we can do. We could just like start a Patreon and start nonstop posting about it on Twitter. Not nonstop, but every now and then posting about it on Twitter. And that could just like start a Patreon and start nonstop posting about it on Twitter. Not nonstop, but every now and then posting about it on Twitter. And that would probably help. Like the Twitter has 4,500 people. If like one of every 100 gave like $1, which I think is fairly reasonable, we'd get like a fairly decent amount. The drawback would be it'd be kind of uncomfortable to do that, and I would feel bad accepting donations without like consistently delivering stuff. So I'd want to organize that some more. GitHub sponsors. I'm not convinced that GitHub sponsors works at all. I might be wrong on that. But I'm not super convinced. What variable did I use? Geometry updated and material updated. What's the money going to be used for though? It could be used at least for giving us a server that isn't Ben Hackle's university server that he's like low-key just appropriating for non-research or whatever. So there is that. But like other than that, because I don't think that'd be huge. On one hand, it'd be nice to be able to pay people to work for us, but I don't think we'd get enough for that. So yeah, I don't know. It's Manim internship. A Manim internship would be super cool. That'd be awesome. The thing about a Manim internship though, and this is why I was a little hesitant to look for minority people to work for to contribute to Manim, is that you'd want it to be really good. Like you wouldn't want to bring people on and then like they can't merge their stuff and they have lots of questions and people ignore them. Like you basically have to hold their hand a lot. And GSoC and Google pays them. Yeah. Yeah, that could work. You just take me. Like you're already there, so we just like take community devs and give them Google money. That'd be super funny. I mean, it would make sense though. Yeah, like why wouldn't we choose community devs? Okay, so mesh. Even though I don't need the mesh. Let's say if geometry updated. Update geometry here. Have to add a widget. Be a drop down. Okay. So basically this. Geometry selection callback. Seeing some amazing GSoC projects. With students when you're going through GSoC and just contributing, yeah, I guess you get money. Geometry selection callback. So this would be self.geometry name. This would be lambda on sender and data. Oh, I can't do this on the lambda function. Can I? Can I do like self? No, I don't think I can. Can it? No, I don't think I can. Geometry. Self.geometry. Geometry name equals here by GUI dot whatever. Here by GUI dot whatever. Money's wealth is bureaucracy. True. Lube up the community devs pockets. Yeah. I mean, it's not like a bad thing necessarily. I don't know. I mean, how do you, if we did get accepted for Google Summer of Code, do we choose the people who intern for it? Or does Google do that? Organizations choose. Okay. Okay, so we'd basically be asking for funding, sort of. UI value of sender. Try to update it equals true. Let's call this GUI value. And this callback, we update geometry. You have to post the internship publicly and give her an equal choice. Equal chance to apply. But if you give her you can give everyone an equal chance to apply. But if the way you accept is just like picking community devs, then, you know. Wait, I wanted this there. Okay, so now this combo box, we'll do update geometry. So we'll do this, do geometry updated. Here, if self.geometry updated, we'll do that. Self.geometry updated as false. Okay, so let me just see if that runs. Organizations in good standing will receive 400 USD per acceptance student at the end of the program. This regardless of whether the student passes or fails. You can fail? I didn't know you could fail. You've had your phone at whatever is not a package. From this, import that. Hired someone with previous experience in a library? I'd say no, right? Axes. Here I translate it. The student isn't doing enough. Okay, I guess that makes sense. So here the sphere geometry. Great, so that worked. Okay, so update geometry here. I guess I would just do this. Self.mesh. This would be like new mesh. New mesh equals this. Self.geometry update equals false. Now, self.remove, self.mesh, self.add the new mesh. I don't think GSocket would want to work on anything but Manim. It's fair. I mean, in that case, it's a good thing to do for GSock, I would say. I don't think GSocket would want to work on anything but Manim. It's fair. I mean, in that case, it's a good thing to do for GSock, I would say. I feel like this should be moved in the negative y direction too. Like this. Oh, that was trippy. Maybe not that far in the negative y direction. Or maybe not at all in the negative y direction. Yeah, I think this is nice. Yeah. I don't want to be left working on a library I wasn't interested in. That's fair. Geometry update equals false. Okay, let's try switching that. Oh, hey, it just worked. It worked so simply. Oh, what? Nope, something went wrong. Oh, because I didn't update self.mesh. Remove self.mesh. Add new mesh. Self.mesh. It's part of your package. You send a proposal. Then you could work at Google with me. And I could be your boss. Okay, that worked pretty straightforwardly. So for the materials, you work at Google, yeah. Is Google Oilator less from the Manim Oilator? It's a lot of times less fun, yeah. I mean, it's a job, so you have to do things that you don't want to do too. Comes with the territory. Okay, so we got the basic material. This only has the diffuse and the opacity. Good. Maybe I'll just stay with 2.3.3. They're okay with him talking to himself. I don't get it. Well, maybe they'd say like, all right. I don't know if we can just have employees like just judge people on Google Summer of Code, since that might be conflict of interest or something. But probably not. Maybe, I don't know. Diffuse, emissive, specular, shine. Okay, so that's all of those. All of those. For the standard, you have emissive, roughness, metalness, opacity. Like so. Great. Fang jobs are just jobs. Yeah, it's true. It's, wait, what in the world? That looked really, I felt like the light was... Hmm. Never mind. And there's no one else here still talking. Yeah, that's part of the... Yeah. Yeah, I do that. Hmm. So I guess I can just do the same thing for the material. I'll just add this in. But like part of it is for the material. I'll just add this in. But like part of it is talking to yourself is helpful too. Because oftentimes it's easier to understand a topic in your head but not be able to communicate it. And I find that comes up a lot, especially in mathematics and computer science circles, where the stuff has to be really precise. And so you get a lot of practice in being able to communicate your thoughts clearly by doing that. So that's my excuse. Material updated. So now I'm gonna say if geometry updated or material updated, then it's gonna do this. So update the material to basic. Now the lights don't do anything. Standard, and it crashed. So that's good. Key error. Oh, I have standard material again. This is the sound of no one buying it. Oh, are you talking to me? Okay, the standard and falling materials look very similar. Some Google offices are really nice. The work itself is often similar to that of many other places, though. Yeah, that's probably true. It's not like a magic place. A ton of it is the name recognition, and this is actually with a lot of fancy things. Like, a lot of people have told me the most important thing, the most useful thing I got out of going to a well-known place is just the name recognition. Okay, so that worked. Now if I can dynamically update the GUI with the properties of the materials, that'd be really helpful, but that'd be a lot of code to add here. So maybe what I'd want to do people with math degrees get into Google? Yes. Degrees, yeah, people with like any sort of degree get into Google. Some people without degrees get into Google. At the time that I update this mesh, oh wait. That should be there. Would CS be heavily favored though? Google does a lot more than CS. Google has lawyers. Google has mechanical. Well, okay. Any opinions or things I express do not necessarily reflect my employers. I have to say that. It's like I'm not a Google spokesperson and they take that really seriously. So first and foremost, I have to say that. That being said, it's not really a secret that Google hires lawyers, they hire mechanical engineers, project managers, non-project managers, just like managers, people for human operations, HR. So like it's not only computer science. I'm just playing with this. I'm not even doing anything productive right now. You can really tell the difference between Fong and standard.